Sorry, I'm a little late. How you doing? Oh, thank you so much for the host, the brute, and thank you for a lovely stream yesterday. I'm not much of a gamer, but I really enjoyed. I hope I didn't uh, spin you out too much. Hi, Fabian. How you doing, guys? And the Vegas, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to our beautiful community. Yeah, I really think that we did. For you who were not there but are in Discord, I'm sorry for being so in your face. We just really had a good time. And I think that it is important to support one another, and it would be lovely to see more people join in the future. Yeah, the Brood streamed. Yeah, it was really good. I would like once again. I'm just gonna check so you can hear me. Can you hear me all right? Is everything fine? Cause oh, that's all right, Fabian. I think maybe you were gonna stream today as well, the Great. Or how was it? Hello, Paga cries. Oh, Paga. I'm sorry for not having gotten back to you yet. It's been so much going on, so I hope you can forgive me. I thought I was gonna give you a shout tomorrow. Is that alright? Oh, good. Would that be okay, Paga? And we can see just when we can chat. I'm sorry for not getting back to you. I've been so busy. It's so much fun. Okay, brilliant. So, thank you so much. I would like to thank you for your beautiful understanding, all of you, as always, support. It's been a little bit of a rough time, but it's also been a very beautiful time. And when we face heartache, we really evolve. So my guides, I got into this feeling of, okay, I felt like I'm not going to talk about what happened because there are more people involved, but I got into this situation where you feel like you're breaking into, and I just felt now I lost everything, in case of, my work and my abilities, or how you say. So I just felt I have no connection to my guides anymore. Everything is just gone. But then I realized this was actually an ascending. So I might be very low in the energy today, and I apologize for this. I am still not able to eat. So I apologize in advance if I eat during the stream. I have some spinach here, and I got some liquids, and I'm trying to get something in me. So my energy level will probably be a little bit low, and it's due to me not being able to eat. And I think that all of this is due to ascending into an even higher level, is what my guides are telling me. So I apologize in advance if maybe I am even less clear than I usually am today. To see you fit and happy, not drained, never been. Thank you so much. It means so much. And when I started Discord, when I log into Discord, was it yesterday, or I can't even keep track of the time now? No, the day before yesterday, when I was about to stream, or what I should have been streaming on Tuesday. And I just felt like now everything is gone. You know that feeling you can get sometimes? I know that several of you have had a similar experience, and it just feels like you've been cut off from everything. And then logging into Discord the morning after, and just seeing these beautiful messages that you people been sending me, that was just what I needed. It was absolutely, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, truly. It means so much, and I got those sparkles of joy, that I talk about. And I just found my way back, and you really helped. So thank you so, so much. I am ill in that I maybe there's a cold coming up, but I can't keep what I eat, and I can't really eat. But it's fine, and it's really a part of 2020. I've been told both by my guides and other people who work in the same area, or not same area, but same area of, I don't want to say expertise, but in the business, so to speak, or who work with energy, I should say, have said the same thing, that there really are shifts going on and things are really moving very fast and in a different direction, not different direction, but in a different way than usual or than before. So I am feeling it. So yeah, I have not been to the doctor yet, no, but my guides told me after I got my license that would take me 2 tries, and after that they told me it was time to visit the doctor. But the thing is, I didn't know what for. Um, I hurt my thumb, or had, a nerve being not, what's it called in English? I couldn't really, my finger got numb because I punctured the nerve, or, something got off within the thumb because I was clipping in wallpaper, and it was rather tough, and so my thumb got stuck in a weird way, and so it got numb, half of the finger, and it still is. And I thought maybe I was going to the doctor because of this, because my guides didn't tell me why I was going to see the doctor. So I thought maybe it was because of this, so I called them. I did that. But they said that, oh, you're gonna have to wait 3 months for it to go back, to get back to what it was before, because nerves are a little bit tricky in that way. They take their time to find their way back. So then I thought, okay, I've done my part, But yeah, I will definitely consult the doctor if this continues. Getting shaped by a professional is not the worst idea. No, I think I will. But it's fine. I still feel my symptoms. Oh, am I having a consultation me now? I like this. No, it means a lot. My symptoms are that I am exhausted and drained, probably due to not being able to eat, because I can't eat. It's not so much that I get sick, it's more like I can't really, because I said that I can't keep it, but it's more like I can't even swallow, because I feel so nauseated, if that makes any sense. So I'm trying with liquids, and yesterday sometimes I do eat a little bit, but it is very much not as much as I'm used to, if that makes any sense. Lymph nodes in the throat? Maybe, but it's not that feeling of you can't physically swallow, it's just the feeling I really don't want to because I feel nauseated. Does that make any sense? But I'm not worried, because this is my body telling me, but then in my head and in my soul I really feel even more uplifted than before. So I feel I have more energy in that area. It's just my body that has to keep up. And so about ascending and coming even closer to my guides and reaching to work with newer dimensions, I think is what is happening, and my body just had to keep up with it, I think. Maybe. So I do apologize in advance in eating on stream, but I need something. Oh, swine flu. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. I've known you. Oh, yeah. What was it that they were gonna? We had this outburst of a flu a couple of years back that everyone was getting vaccines for, who got vaccinated. It was the swine flu, wasn't it? I think it was, actually. And this is maybe 10 years back in time, or even more. And and people got vaccinated, and today they got from that vaccine they got complications, and it was a big thing. I think the most common symptom that they got from this was, or off the back of this, was that they had narcolepsy. It's called, right, when you just fall asleep. So, yeah. Don't take it too lightly. Sometimes we have to go to the doctor, even if we don't want to. Some instances need medical attention. I know, and I am aware. I am aware that I'm ill, and I'm aware that I am sick because of what I come from and what I experienced before. My mother was very, very ill, and I spent 20 years in and out of hospital before, so I am aware they've just not found it yet. So I just know that once I go to the doctor, they will find it, because now I'm an adult and now I can have those symptoms that I had as a child, but they were not accepted since I was too young to be having the symptoms. It sounds weird, but it's really what I've gone through. So I just know that once I go to the doctor, in the near future they will find it, and I just rather be healthy. But yeah, of course I will do so. Am I into holistic ideas? Is that why you don't want to see medics? No, it's not that. It's that I spend so much time in hospital already. That's more why. And I've got like diagnostics of when they can't really find what is wrong with you, but that you can tell that it is something wrong, and they've seen that the central nervous system has rebuilt itself, and they know that this happens. They just don't know how it happens. And so I've been privileged in talking to so many doctors and meeting so many different people over the years, and people with lots of experience, and it's really, I have been privileged truly, but they have never quite understood what is going on, and that has been going on since I was born. But I was born in a very particular way, and my mother was very, very ill, and she had some very strong medications whilst pregnant with me. So there's loads going on, but I am just so happy that I can live as well as I do, and I really do. I have a brilliant, brilliant life, but I just know that once I go back into going back to the doctors, and I think many can resonate with this, unfortunately, the circus will start over again, if that makes any sense. And I feel awful saying it like that, but that is truly my experience. And also because sometimes I feel like I'm taking time that others could have had, that feeling. So, but it's more of really just back into that circus that's been going on. And it's tough because like I said, I've been in and out of hospital. It sounds like I've been admitted so many times. It's not that. It's more like I've been seeking help in and out and off and on for 20 years. Lived the first 20 years of my life in where I lived before, in the capital in Stockholm. And unfortunately, due to what happened when I was born, because it was a very peculiar case, and it was a very important case for the hospital where I was born. And so they really wanted, it was really I'm not going to say that it was a fair front for them, but it really meant a lot, and it showed that that particular hospital really did a good, they really developed something really good in that particular area of medicine. And so when I was born, it really meant a lot to them. And there is, up on the wall on the hospital, you can see there's a slate. It's not a slate, but it is something on the wall saying when I was born and my mother's name and that, because it was a really big deal for the hospital. And I'm not saying this for sounding like someone special, because this happens to many people, but in our particular area of medicine, what happened, what my mother has gone through, and then into labor after having had done, was the first in the world that they had documented. It was the first documented case in the world where both parts survived. So it was really important for them that both parts also was healthy. So they did all the normal checkups on me, but not the checkups that with my mother's medical history they should have done, if that makes any sense. So when I then moved away from Stockholm and met my new doctor here in the southern part, or not southern, but more southern than Stockholm part of Sweden, when they then asked for my medical journals from Stockholm of these 20 years, 20 odd years, they couldn't find anything. There was one submitted journal from where I went to a oh, what's it called? I can't. Well, I went in for the doctors in a ward for children. I can't remember now. I'm so sorry. It's because I'm so tired. But I can't remember what his name. But I could find one instance of being documented in my case, and that was that I was experiencing a headache, and that's the only thing that you can find over these 20 odd years in Stockholm. And so that was a little bit frustrating. And this is probably because, and I don't want to talk about conspiracy theories, but because it was an important case for the hospital, and I am not now well, or I am well because I can stand up and I can walk around and I can breathe and I can do what I love to do. So really, I shouldn't complain at all. But because my body is not in the shape that could be considered as really good or really healthy, if that makes any sense. I do have my symptoms and I do experience a way to handle these things. So I can't do I can't do everything that other people can do, and I can't learn things that other people can do because of how my body is and my mind work, due to not being completely healthy. But who is really, really healthy, you know? But it was a little bit frustrating because then they couldn't really see, they couldn't do any checks on how it has developed over the years. So now we have to restart from me being an adult, basically. So yeah, so I just know if I go back into it, the circus will start over when they try to find what is wrong. But because I'm also a telepath, and in a telepathic system, that they can see that, oh, you got symptoms similar to the symptoms of this disease, but we can't find that disease in your blood trace, for example. Or we can see that you do have this because you react to this medicine or what it might be. But sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. But we can't treat you for it because it's not enough, if that makes any sense. And so they are very confused as to what is going on. And I had a neurologist, sorry, who was an expertise in their field, who met with me and talked to me before. And they were also very connected spiritually. So they just told me that basically, I know I've said this before, but basically they said that your body is constructed in a way that this century's people are not. So going back thousands of years into the old Egypt, I think they talked about, that is how your body is constructed. So you will also experience it in a different way, and there's nothing we can do about it. So that was basically what they said. And I had my other doctor with, and she just looked like a question mark. But yeah, so I hope that these experiences can, give something back to some of you. And I hope that more people get the privilege of meeting up with so many professionals that I've done over the years since I was born. But I also hope that you get to meet people who have found their way in life. So doctors who really enjoy what they're doing and who really care and who can meet you. So no, I'm not against traditional medicine, if that makes any sense. Definitely not. I think it's really important. If I have a client and I feel like we got an issue here that could get treated in a hospital, I will say that it's better for your doctor to be checking on you. Same whether it is body or mind. Someone who has more experience with this would be important for you to meet and to get checked. And then you can of course come back to me and we can work on other things. But I never want to say one thing excludes the other, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm babbling a lot again. I'm gonna read chat now. Is the birth effect sort of a problem? I was born with C-section, and so it wasn't the birth per se, but it was when my mom was in when she was pregnant, because she was very, very ill. Mm. Not sure if you got anything, but I think I understand now a bit better. Mm. Oh, Bempus, hi. I am getting consultated, or I got getting a consultation by the viewers today, Bempus. No, but seriously, I hope that this can help in some way, and I love discussing it. So if you have any questions, like it says, ask me anything, really. Oh, thank you so much, the Brutes. Hey, the Brute, can I ask you a question? Would it be okay if I called you by your real name, or would you prefer me to call you the Brute here in chat? Because it was feels right to you. Yay, Luke! Luke it is. Because I just, when I see your name, I want to call you Luke, and then I get, all right, maybe he doesn't want me to, but beautiful. Okay, we got Fabian and we got Luke. Brilliant. The first thing we talk about, right? Or not that, but one of the first things when we start talking, Luke has become a dear friend of mine, and the support means so much to me. And one of the first time that we talked, we were talking about Star Wars, because that's a big thing for you, right? And I started talking about how I would want to be Yoda. Oh, I can't really remember, but I remember that we talked about Star Wars, and then I made a connection to your name as Luke, and so it was fun. No, thank you, truly. And like I said, for you people who are here in chat and who are more of the gaming side, or who would just love to have a good time, do check Luke's channel out, because it would be beautiful to see more people enjoying themselves together. And I really enjoyed my time. I really had a good time, so go check it out, truly. I've got something else to share with you. Something happened yesterday that was so thrilling for me, actually. I had a client here in the office, and after our session, they started to talk about how they would like to work with me. And I have some plans going on between some of us, how we could really work together and how we can build this community actually into a network. So what I want to do, I have now realized what I want to do with my life, and I want to start a network of healers of every kind. So it doesn't have to be healers in that sense. I would love to, because it is impossible at the moment for people in traditional medicine to work with me, unfortunately, because you have to have, or I am restricted because I am not licensed in that way. But I would love to work within a network where what is in focus is the person's, the client's, the individual's well-being. So in my mind, if I can just dream, I would love to be connected to all sorts of instances. So I would like to have this network where I collaborate with other healers, and they have their own business, their own way of doing things, but somehow in the collection of the intuition. And for this also, I would love to have then connections to different instances around the world and in the different authorities, if that makes any sense. Because it does happen that people come to me and I realize this is a legal case, or this is, like I said, this is someone who would need maybe traditional or benefit from traditional medicine. And I would love to be able to feel comfortable in knowing that I can then ask someone to meet them. And it's a bit of a controversial topic because of how people are feeling that they open up to me. Why would they have to say the same thing to others? And it takes time to open up to someone, and I have had many people discussing this with me, and I can see this. But at the same time, what I see is that we're talking then going back to taboos and how we keep things locked up inside and don't want to talk about because they are taboos in society, for example, or we just feel uncomfortable for how other people would react. And I am of that thought and belief that the more perspective we can get on something, the better, and the freer we will feel. And the more we talk about it, the freer we will feel. Of course, we need to keep secrets and have things for ourselves, yes. But I would love for people to feel really like someone sees them and tries to be there for them in a real way. And I know that everyone who works within the medical field or with the intuitive field of medicine, or how you will see, really wants this. But I still want to do this from scratch. I want to create this network. I want to have these people maybe tutoring them and get something. I want to learn. The thing is, I want to learn, and now I have people coming to me and say, "Oh, you are my tutoring master," and I go, "But who taught me? You know, I want to learn." So I would love to be able to share, because I am not one for who will get the clients. I don't stand for that. The more people that wants to take part, the better. If it makes the client feel safe, of course. But I'm not into the business mind of I need to keep my clients, or I wanna, if I can, I wanna have some of yours, I wanna take some from you. That's not what I'm about. An individual would go to the person that suits them, and I want to create a network where there are several people that they can choose from, and at the same time working together. And I want to do this all over the world. I realize that's what I want to do. I'm gonna reach out now. Let's see. Oh god, there's so much happening in chat. Hang on. Oh, Tiago Guerra Productions. Welcome. Beautiful to see you here. Expect more and more to show up, to be honest. Yes, I believe the same. I'm just gonna change music. Hang on. We're still looking at finding music to use. I apologize. Oh, sorry. It would be a powerful thing to do, having a group of people work together with a common goal. Yes. And I want empaths. I want to create a network of healers and empaths, and then connect also to whoever wants to join. But I do want to have some rules, so I do want to keep some of a watching eye over it, because I do want to feel like I can, that people can rely on me, if that makes any sense. He said resign stuff that we all know as basic things. No one will hear this unless you actually talk normally. She's literally whispering. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't you hear me all right? See if I can. Is it better if this is this better? Can you hear me better? I would love to talk to you, Tiago, about what you experience and why you think this is. Well, why are you saying? I'm saying stuff that we all know. Yes, definitely. nobody will hear this unless you actually talk normally. Okay. So, in what way do you experience that I am not talking normally, or what is it that grinds your gears? Because this is really important to me. I love seeing things from different perspectives. So, I want to hear. Tell me, really. And right now, this is not energy readings and it's not healing. We are talking, and it's what happened. But if anyone wants a healing or an energy reading, let me know. Just for now, it felt like just talking was a really good thing to do, and I really wanted to share this because I just realized yesterday what I want to do, and I truly believe in what I do. I just have this feeling of sometimes being uncertain, and I think many can resonate with this, of me doing it. So I know that what I do work. I'm not too confident in me, but it is me doing what I can see works. So what I'm saying is that I am human and I do sometimes question my own work. Of course I do. And why I do what I do, it is to help other people. And if it doesn't help, then I'll find other ways. And yes, I can be honest and transparent in why I help other people is to help myself. But that is usually the case. And I'm just so privileged being able to work with this. So I'll see. And what is going on? Did you ask a question, Tiago, or did Bumpus simply reply? We'll see. Very much alike the streams of everyone, therefore we cannot be too specific. If you're interested, you can always book a session. As for the sound, if not... Oh, okay. So Bumpus can't hear the stream, so he doesn't know what we are talking about because he has other work to do. So he sees chat. So he's replying to you as if you're meaning that my reading would be general. And since this is not a reading, it is very general. And sometimes the reading too can be general because we really are so much alike, just like he says. But right now, this is not a reading. I am simply talking, and I'm just sharing my thoughts on how to go forth and what I want to do. And so, yeah, this is what I want to do. But I would love to see if there would be anything for you, Tiago, I can check. Or if anyone else, or if you would, really with you, I would love to discuss why you say that no one should listen to it, or how you experience that I am not talking normally. Because to be, I would guess, and I'm not connected to my guides right now, I would guess that you feel uncertain because of what I work with, right? And that you don't believe in that stuff, if I can say it that way. And that is completely fine. To be, oh boy, what's it called? To be skeptic, that was the word I was looking for, is really, really important. And I've been skeptic too. The rational mind of mine, because I do have a part that is still rational, this has become kind of rationality to me because it is my everyday life. But yes, things happen that I can't believe that it could be true, and it's taken us years to, and I know that it might sound weird because I'm still very young, but it has still taken years to develop this and try to understand that it actually does work. And so we've been around and we've tried the method, and the method has then developed. And I can't do nothing but to just be humble and grateful for being able to what I do. But if it does not suit you, then you shouldn't have it, you know? Then you should find something else. That is completely fine. An important thing, when I talked to my client yesterday who wanted to join, and who wanted to work with me, we started to talk about, after the session, we then had kind of a meeting, if you can say it that way. And I just wanted to share my experience because he wanted to work the way I do. And so the toughest thing that was for me, and you can find it here online, you can find it in our YouTube channel, everything is transparent. You can find everything there. It has been a journey. And in the beginning, it really, sometimes I did things that I'm not proud of. Sometimes things didn't work out the way I really wanted to because I had this pressure of doing right. I had this pressure of trying to, to make people think in new ways or to prove. I always had this feeling of I have to prove this because I have to prove myself. And I think many can resonate with that. And so there are moments when it really does not work, or when it works in a way that is not beneficial for the other part, or that it sounds like it's not beneficial for the other party. And so I said yesterday, one of the toughest things is to have a client who does not believe in what you do, and to have them continue not to believe, because that is what is important to them. All we can do is to be humble, and if someone experiencing not to be working, maybe it's not for them. Maybe it's not working for them, and hopefully they can find someone that does work for them, that they feel comfortable with. And this is one of the toughest things, because yeah, I know that it works. I see it every day. But for some people, it is important to see something else to be working that I might have a tough time understanding, you know? And that is one of the hardest things, especially from, or at least in my experience and where I come from. It's really, really tough because I felt that I had to prove myself. And I don't know if you remember, and if you were here, if you were even here then, but I have not been streaming that much. But in the beginning, I think we've streamed these types of streams, or with energy readings and healings. I think we had 20 odd ones of them. And in the beginning, there was an instance where I picked up on an energy and I went in, and the person in chat tried to show me that this was not, or they tried to show others that this was not a good idea, this is not working, and she simply wants money. And it's important for people to be skeptic, like I said, because there are, unfortunately, like in every other profession, there are people out there using it to get money. And it is awful, but it is what happens. And I do not want to be one of them people. So when he told me that I hope no one pays you for this, I said that neither do I. If you feel this way, I really do hope that you're not either. Because you need to feel comfortable. It's also why you pay after a session what you feel it's been worth. And here, online, it's always free. So what happened with this, I took it really badly because I channeled energy. I had an energy who was here in astral projection, so I could see it in front of me, and I channeled the energy, and my guides told me this is not the person you're talking to, but the person I talked to and asked for help in this via my guides in the chat were playing me along. So he just said yes to everything I said. And so I met this energy, thinking or saying that it was the person in chat, when really it wasn't. And he played me along in, sometimes I need to ask the question, do you resonate with this? Because there are sometimes so many energies coming through, and I need to locate your specific, or one of your specific or individual frequency strings. So I talked about this a lot before, but because there's so many of us, and each and every one of us, we got upon thousands of energy frequency strings that I work with. And so sometimes I do ask, my guides ask me to ask you to help in the session to find your specific energy. And so what happened was that I was played along instead, and they said yes to everything I said, and I had this feeling this is not right. But I, at the same time, had this beautiful energy here who I really got to meet. And so they were very disappointed in me and hoping that no one would ever pay me and that I was a scammer and all of this. And what was the toughest thing with this because I felt, oh, I have to prove myself. I have to prove them wrong, you know. So I have to say, I have to explain myself. So I did a video on that, explaining what had happened, and then I felt this horrible, horrible feeling of, right, I can't do nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. And when I realized that they will come back one day, hopefully, maybe, and we can talk about what happened. But also, it was important for them to understand that this does not work. And so be it. I am simply here for getting people to feel good, or for their well-being, to sparkle a little joy in it. And if what they need in the moment is to not get into this, or to get a confirmation that what they're on and what they believe is right, then that is super important, and I should be doing that. But it is really tough. Yeah. So, I feel like working now. Anyone want me to see if there's anything for them today? Or maybe we'll have some healing. I'm just checking. But it is really tough, and there will always be people who are skeptic, and that is just the way it is, and it has to be that way. It's one of the most important things that we do have is our skeptic mind, because we need to find the world to be a comfortable place to us, for us to live in, and so we believe in different things. It really is as simple as that. And it's important, but it's really tough, yeah. And one of the toughest thing also about streaming on Twitch, or meeting people who might be, fortunately the world is full of closed-minded people that do not understand. I wouldn't see them as closed-minded, Luke. I wouldn't see them as being closed off. I would see them as being focused on something else that we might be closed off to. So I do not see people being open or non-open. I may use that expression sometimes, but when it comes down to it, I don't feel people to be open or closed. I feel them to be open to different things. So that is why when skeptics come along, I hope them to stay, because I want to see what they have that I might not know of. What they have experienced to be true that I would love to see. I would love to hear. It's like when people ask me if I believe in God. I say that I don't believe in God per se, but I believe in people believing in God. And I can see what that brings them. And I believe in the collective energy, and that is sort of God, right? I don't know what is true. I don't. I have no idea. And the less I know, the more I'm willing to learn. And I love to be, I was going to say open, no, but in the way that I want to see from different perspectives. I want to learn. And I want to experience. And in my profession, then going into someone else's energy is the best things I know. I sometimes, I sat in a restaurant with my fiance a couple of weeks back, and there was this big truck of farm animals, or we didn't really know what it was. It were probably hens that were caged and probably gonna be sent to slaughter, to the slaughterhouse. And I'm a vegetarian, and my telepathic twin is as well, and we believe in we don't have to eat other individuals and all of this, but at the same time, both of us have been eating meat before. But what it comes down to is that I really can't understand what goes on in the mind of a hunter, for example, or for someone working that slaughterhouse. And so I said to Jonathan, to my fiance, to Bentless, I said to him that I would love to have a client who's a hunter or a butcher or something like that. And that is simply to be able to meet this that I don't understand in a way that works for them. So because of telepathy, I can see how they perceive it. And that gives me a greater understanding into why they go on with it, or how they experience it, and how other people may experience it. It's just one individual, yes, but it opens up for understanding more people and from seeing it from even vaster experiences or a vaster universe of feelings, emotions, past memories, and reasoning. So that is true. When I see someone that I simply don't understand their actions, I just think to myself, oh boy, if only I can have a client who thinks in that way, so they can describe to me why. It really is how it is to me. And I've had the privilege of having religious people as my clients. Not many, but I've had the privilege of seeing some of that, and it really is fascinating. And I'm not to judge anyone. It might sound really weird, and it might sound that I'm trying to get myself look good, but truly, I mean it. I just love seeing it from different perspectives. So when I jump at someone in chat who says, "What the heck is this?" I mean it to, oh yes, a new perspective. Tell me if you want to, and I can tell you my experience, and we can share experiences. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done, you don't have to come out from here and believe in what I do. No. But you can come out and see it as new perspective, new experiences being shared with you, and that we have this interaction. It really is all. I do feel I have someone in chat who's still a little bit, who's still questioning this a bit. Come forth if you feel like it, because I love to talk to you. And I am transparent. I can talk about anything. And this with money and all of it, it's been a roller coaster and it's really tough. And now I'm just gonna work from my heart. It's what I do. I decided. And that way, but a lot of people don't reach this stage ever. And then that is what is important to them, you know? So only come forth if you feel like it. But we are all on our different paths, on our different journeys, and it really is important to respect that. Because really, however much telepathy we use, or however much we think that we can find out about another person, and from their perspective, really we can just see the world from our perspective, from our viewpoints. No matter how much we can connect to someone else, because what is coming through is still coming through in our system. It's still coming through our beliefs, our systems, our eyes. And we will look at it depending on and reflecting upon what we've experienced before. So no, I can never know your truth, but I can know your truth to be true because it's a truth, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna have some coffee now, see if I can keep it down. But I would be in the wrong to say, or not in the wrong, but to say that I'm not judgmental, or that I'm not skeptic. That would be wrong because I am. And I know I am. And I'm doing all I can. Or actually, I'm not doing all I can. It just comes naturally that now, in this, where I am now, I want to learn more and I want to see from different perspectives. And that is truly all there is to it. And boy, am I loving my work. Um, Tommy Dumb's Bells, Tommy Dumb Bells Reborn. Would you like it reading? Yes, of course. Maybe we can contact my son. You know what, Tommy? I am just gonna head up for a very short bathroom break. Will you be able to wait? And I will do so when we come back. I will see if there is anything for you. Would that feel okay by you? Brilliant. Well, you have a very... Oh, I can feel your energy coming through. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna head off for a quick bathroom break and I will be right back with you and we will do an energy reading, see if there's anything for you and if we can connect to your son. Okay, beautiful. I'll be right back. See you very shortly. Oh, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the community, Tommy. I'll see you shortly. Just a couple of minutes. So, I'm back. How you doing? You can feel my bathroom energy. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you can find me a doctor then. I'm just kidding with you, but really, we'll see. For your reading, Tommy, is it okay if I call you Tommy? I'm gonna call you Tommy. I hope that's okay. I want to use a kitty cat and some stones. We're gonna ease into this very, very slowly, and we're gonna be gentle. And I want to talk about the number 17 with you. And now I'm simply gonna leave that with you, and then I will see what my guides have for you. Okay? Okay. Tell me. This is some beautiful music. Okay. I want to talk about it moving very, very fast. I want to talk about cars, but I also want to talk about water. And my guides are really being very, very soft with me, very gentle. So I want to keep 17, and I want to talk about the whole process of your son. I'm going very, very fast. But you are also I feel you are also a very sensitive person in you, that you're highly sensitive. So I feel like you've known this to be happening for quite some time, and it's really difficult to handle. The thing is, I feel two-faced here, and most of us do have several faces. And I feel two-faced because from one perspective, I see this, you want to be rational and you want to keep things moving and you want to keep your head clear. That's so important because it's usually so buzzy, and seeing many other people with so much buzziness in their life, if that makes any sense, in your profession, or I just see you being around a lot of people who, for their sake, you need to keep a clear mind, a clear head. They're not showing me too much right now. I just get this feeling. And it is really tough when you're at the same time highly sensitive, even though you'd rather not see it yourself, if that makes any sense. I just want to check if you can resonate with this, if I found anything in this that you can resonate with, so I can continue down that thread. Because I do feel you being around people who it is important that you keep a clear head when you're around, for their sake. It does feel like you work with people, or that you are in a setting, but right now you're very lonely though. But it does feel like other times, if it does, I do feel a connection to working with people that are sensitive in another way. So you really need to keep a clear head in order to help these individuals understand their surrounding. I'm just gonna read what you said, and I'm gonna see if I can change music. Okay. Yeah, so I do see you being alone now, but I still want to place you in being surrounded by people who you want to keep a clear head for. And maybe it's something that happened before, but I do see this tendency in you, and being very, very important for you. So you want to keep the head clear, but you also are very highly sensitive and you know these things and you can feel things moving when they're not moving in the right direction, if that makes any sense. And so this was with your son. It's fast rationally, but it is slow in it's slowly degenerating, if that makes any sense. Feel like my energy is not aligned and slow. He's gone, yeah, and he passed. It just felt like it was something very sudden in rationality, but it's been a slow degenerating process for you. I want to talk about cars. I really want to talk about water, and I feel like it is your feeling of drowning here, because I do get this feeling of, like you said, how can I keep my head clear? Because I don't know where my thoughts are at, and this happens because it happens so do not show me too much, but I do want to talk about drowning. I really do. I see this responsibility you've had not just over your son, but for so many other people. I nearly drowned last week when I was in the kid pool, yeah. But I want to talk about cars as well, and something moving really fast, really rapid. Something that is really sudden, but at the same time you know it's been coming on, if that makes any sense. As this baby since I feel very close to crashing, yeah. My guys are asking me to be a little bit I do feel a frustration coming through in what you want to believe in me, and so if you're feeling like they want me to be cautious here, because I feel like there's a front here that is hiding something underneath, and all we always do, but I do feel this front of you not want to show me. I feel like you are in your energy trying to hold back things, and so if you don't resonate, it's better that you tell me, okay? Because I do feel this soft side underneath that is really hurting. And they are being very cautious, so they are not telling me too much in this. I feel like it is very, very, very important that you tell me what you resonate with and what you do not, because what I want to do for you is to be able to be here for you if you feel that to be right. And I wanted to talk to you about that grief and that sorrow that has escalated because of his passing, but has been there also before. The water path was more what I was transmitting. I want to do this with you, Tommy, if that is alright, because I'm really threading on thin ground or thin ice, or how you say, because I do feel this blockage, because I do feel this frustration or not wanting to show the whole picture, and my guides are shielding me from certain aspects, and I would rather you be open and we do this together, because I see someone who really just want to give up in a sense of stopped pretending, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense? Because it feels like you're playing so many parts within yourself, and even if people are not there to judge you, if that, you know, if you're actually not interacting with someone, even if you're just looking at a bookshelf, it feels like you are trying to play a part in looking at that bookshelf. So it feels like you're trying to find yourself and not really knowing where you are. And since he's passing, it's even more difficult because you want to be still with him and taking care of him, but not knowing how to keep your feet on the ground, if that makes any sense. I think it's very common, especially in grieving, but I feel this is something that you've been doing even before all this happened. I feel like I want to talk about the age of maybe 15, because I do feel like you come from a sort of stabilized and stable background. They're telling me that you're not, but I get this feeling that you've understood what happened, and where you were at. And then I want to talk about the age of 15, and for many teenagers things do happen and we start to lose ourselves, but I feel like you never really gotten back to or ever been where you wanted to be within yourself, because you're always judging yourself in your own thinking. So if you are to do a task, it feels like you want to find a suitable way of doing this path, even though no one is there to watch you, even no one is there to see you. And then, when having his passing, your mother said you disappeared during the years of 15 to 16. Interesting. Because it does feel like you've lost your way. Not lost your way in a bad way, telling you that you don't know how to live your life. Of course you do. You are a master of your own life. But it does feel like you've trying to come back to where you never been. You're trying to achieve something that is not you. So you're trying to locate how to act in different situations, not knowing how to act within yourself, because we're talking about within yourself here. Even if you're just gonna do the dishes, which is completely difficult and draining once you've lost someone so close to you, and this is awful because you're still feeling, like you said, like he's still there, but you want to be able to take care of it and you don't know how to. So this judgmenting or judgment on yourself, upon yourself, becomes even greater, and I think this is very common with your loss. Millie Human, I'm gonna come back to you. I just want to do this reading, but I will remember that you posted in chat. So doing a task like washing the dishes is really tough, and you've always had this feeling of within yourself trying to find suitable parts, suitable roles to play, even though no one is watching, always judging yourself. I know that I am repeating myself here, but this is really important. And now taking care of him gave you a purpose, and now you want to keep to that purpose, but knowing that it doesn't suit the part that you want to play in that particular area, if that makes any sense. I'm not talking about playing parts in a bad way. I'm not talking about cheating yourself for others. I'm not talking about being dishonest or anything. I'm simply talking about how to put yourself together inside of yourself in order to feel okay. And this is not something that you've found to ever feel, or you feel okay, but you've always have to change how you're acting, if that makes any sense. So I want to talk about your son's illness. How he passed. They're saying that it was very fast, but at the same time that you knew it was coming. So they're being very, very, very they're not showing me much information at all, and they are shielding myself from it for some reason. And because we want you to be able to tell your story as well, because this is for your well-being. But I want to see definitely feel a part of being self-critical and missing the part you played in his life. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get something more clear for you, because they're being very easy on me, easy on us in this interaction. Probably due to me not having any nourishment, as I said before. But I do want to give you what is best for you. So what is important here? What is important here, my friend? What he gave you was a sense of childishness. You could be responsible at the same time letting go a bit. If you know what I mean. You know, when you're a parent, you can get to also be to also take care of the child within you. So I think that being around him in a sense of being was a way for you to also let go as well as taking responsibility. And this is for all parents, I believe. But I can really feel that at the same time, I feel you never quite let yourself go full out on that. Not mean that, oh, you should become a kid and not take responsibility. That's not what I meant. But that cheerful joy, you know, of being around a child and their so open way of seeing the world, even when in illness, because I do get this illness coming through. It's the show lessons of play that wake me up in the early hours of the morning. It was Tommy Jr. in a sense. Yeah. See, I feel that childish ways is what you are missing in trying to find yourself in other roles. And this is, so many can resonate with this, is how we need to laugh more, how we need to let go more, how we need to have fun, you know, and be curious and not always know things. Because I feel like you've never really, I feel like you've always known that you can't know certain things, or that you never really felt proud of your own knowledge, if that makes any sense. But I just feel you've always been judging yourself. And I feel like being a parent and with your son really gave you purpose, at the same time another way of finding yourself. So all of this I know can be very seen as very general, because so many of us have experienced this. But what I want to bring in your life is the feeling of just being you in the most childish way you can be. Because if you acknowledge the child within yourself, you will also be able to acknowledge the parent, the adult. So if you can go back to what you find to be joyful and bring you joy, and I know it's tough now, especially after his passing, I feel like those stories, you know, making up stories, and I just see this, you know, reading these books that most parents do to their childs and the children, and then I see just this playfulness going back to your childhood, I see this, playing with, making up stories, playing with about being soldiers is what's coming through now, which I think is it's interesting because I think it's very common, but it's the first time I meet it in this way. But I really feel like playing with, or playing. I do see you having been playing, and I do see you having been a child, but it does feel like sometime or somewhere, and you said 15, 16, I got the feeling of 15, that the responsibility, all of a sudden people wanted you to take new types of a new responsibility in a new way, which happens to many teenagers. But I just felt that ever since you try to find how to fit in and where to do what, in what way and in what order, and not really of having found that. Yeah. Yeah. But it's so much fun because seeing playing, because it really is playing war, if that makes sense, or soldiers, toy guns, doing your own, with sticks, and it's just that kind of feeling coming through, the being not very clear at all, but that coming through, and um, I feel like that joy is what needs to be, or what you could miss as an adult, as you're saying that you miss it, but also I think finding your way back to that joy in other ways. um Right now, Shans, what is important right now, I'm simply following my guides. And what I want to find now is I want to see a way to bring joy back into his life. And then if the sun comes through, definitely, but that's up to the energies, that's up to my guides, and it's up to his son. And right now, what is needed is a way for him to try to for Tommy to try to find his way back to life, because his son is with him. He's dealing with this every single day, every hour, and every minute. Chance. Trying to understand how to protect the son, not knowing where he is. Seeing him in front, sitting there on the couch on the sofa, playing with his cars, or, seeing these things that could have been, and going back, always thinking what he could have done better in the situation that happened. Tommy is dealing with this each and every day, is what's coming through. Each and every hour and minute, because this was very recent also. So what I want for him is to be able to find his way back to finding joy. You do have such a beautiful, beautiful interaction already with your son. And what is coming through and what is important is for us to find a way to make you feel like you can breathe again, and breathing also with him there in a new way, and also as you feel to let him go when time comes, not let him go in the sense that letting go forever, but to breathe in the new ways that your relationship, what it has come to. You change it and tell me after him. Now I do see this. I do see hospital here, Tommy. I do see a long, long struggle. But that at the same time it was so sudden. I'm trying to see what my guides are trying to tell me with this. But I do see hospital. Do you know, do you mean, how do you know, how do you mean, if there is, where he is? Oh, I see. Does 17 mean anything to you? Because even since you asked me to do this reading, I just saw this boy of 17 years old of age. Luke, you do not have to donate, but thank you so much. All right. Oh, it's interesting. I don't know either. Yeah, they're very young indeed. Gonna find a hospital, he called and said he wasn't there. I want to go to the woods. You're the thing is, what came through was that he had passed. But I think that I never really understood this because the guides, my guides are being not very clear at all with me. But since you're saying that he's missing, you treat it as if he's passed already. But you live quite near, you live on the outskirts of a little village, right? It feels like close to the woods. Because I see, it's interesting because I see New York, but then I see this medium village, yeah. Because then I see this cottage more. But I do see there's not loads of woods, but I do see that there are connecting woods. And in those woods, there is a cave formed out of dirt, or underneath. If you have this big tree and then the roots are going down on one side, there's a hill, you have this big tree here, and there's roots on this side, obviously going down this side also, but you can see the roots are exposed on this side. There is a cave that's been formed not in rock, but it's been formed in nature, but the rocks are also formed by nature. But it is more in a leafy, earthy, rooty way, right? You know what I think? Because you can see him in front of you. Because it is as if he is there right next to you, with you. I don't know where all this thoughts, feelings of a illness comes from, and hospitals and all of it, but if we focus here, because you have him there, and because you're being so highly sensitive, I think that you can follow your intuition into finding him. But I want to do this together with you. So, can you tell me, and the people in chat who might be able to help, can you tell me what happened and when you last saw him? Because that might really help, and we'll do this in this way. Because it does feel like, because you treat it, because he's there in energy, because you can see him, because you can sense him, and because you're being so highly sensitive, you've treated it as if he's already passed. And that was what was confusing to me. So, if we lay all the cards on the table and we work together, we're at the local pool, okay? That's the water. So a beautiful woman can have a look, and when I turned around and disappeared into the water. Okay, so that's where the drowning comes from then, the feeling of drowning. The water that I talked about. I'm confused in what happened. My guys are telling me to be very cautious. No, I understand. So, has he gone missing? Okay. And last time, where have there been sightings? Yeah. No, I understand. They're telling me that you're not telling me the whole story though, so that is what is confusing to me. Because I do have Ratchet here, who is telling me to be very cautious. Because it feels like a bit of story is definitely missing. Because I see you, and I see you seeing your son next to you and treating it as if he's already passed. And I see this you trying to find yourself and knowing where you are in yourself and not knowing how to stay clear-headed when there's so much thoughts and feelings going on. At the same time, Ratchet is a guide of mine who comes along when someone is trying to, or who has, when I should be cautious, when someone has an energy of making a ruckus, if that makes any sense, in chat. So it does not have to be you, but I do feel it feels off, this, Tommy. So I want to help you. I really do. I just really need to know the whole story, what is going on, because this does feel off, and I wonder why that is. I wonder if it is because of your words, because of your wording, because of it being hard for you to talk and to try to understand, to try to say what's been going on. But it really is difficult in energy to get this. I'm really having a tough time understanding because it is blocked somehow, and it does feel like. No, I understand, but if your son is out there, we definitely have to find him, right? But it feels off in the energy. And it's not you feeling off, it feels off between us or in this situation. If your son is out there, we definitely have to find him. And I would love to help you do so. But that information was not what came through when in the reading or in the chart of your chart, reading your energy. Something feels off. And I apologize for this fully because I really want to help you. So if you are 100% honest and you are really want to find your son who is missing and who is out there, I want you to be 100% honest and say this is the situation, and we in this community will do this together trying to find him. But I need you to be completely transparent then. Because what is confusing to me, and I can definitely learn something from this, but what is confusing to me is that him missing was not what came through, which is really confusing. And I do apologize for this. So we can definitely do it in a private situation, yes, but it has to be done now if he's out there. So how you talk to what is going on right now, what are people doing? What is the movement? What is going on? Because it's really confusing to me that him being missing is not what came through when I first opened up the channel. That is really confusing to me. Hi, Bibbidi Bob. So if your son is out there and he's missing and you haven't seen him and you don't know where he is, you need... Why have you gone onto Twitch? No, I understand, Tommy. For telling me a week? No. Because you said that he was close to drowning yesterday. That is what's confusing me. Hey guys, I want to punch myself in the throat. I don't know what is going on. But this feels very off. And if it is true, I want to do all I can to help. But something feels off in the energy. It's just the way that I'm feeling. And I really want to help. But then I really need to know what is happening. So the energy is really off. And that is confusing to me. So if there really is a little boy missing out there, I know there's so many, but if your son is missing, truly, I want to know what is going on. What are people doing? Are the cups on it? What is going on? And why are you on Twitch? Because this is really confusing to me. A cool case. Okay. So when does this happen then? A month. Okay. I understand. So what has happened so far? Oh, I'm just confused, Tommy, because I do want to help you. I just really want to know. Yeah. So I want to talk about In the Woods. I'm just gonna change music. I apologize for this being so weird, but okay. I want to talk about the woods, and I want to talk about that big tree with the roots hanging on one side. I want to talk about there is a bit of a larger house on the outskirts of the village, if that makes any sense. It's on the larger side, and after that there's woods, or the woods are there, and in that there is this. Kids usually play there, building, or what's it called, tree houses and such, but not really tree houses, but they like playing around in that area. And if you are still here, Tommy. I'm sorry, I'm getting defensive. The energy is so off. I'm just so confused. Because I really want to help him if his son is out there missing. No, I understand, Tommy. Oh yeah, definitely, we can do that. Would you be comfortable in us having a video chat? Because I feel finding your son will be easier if I can see your face. If that would be okay in this particular instance. Would that feel comfortable for you? But I want you to find your son. You said he was at the pool and you lost him in the water. You were there, just you and him, and you lost him in the water, and then he disappeared. And then you talked to the people running the place, and they have seen him, right? I just don't understand how he got from there, because I'm not seeing him being. I'm trying to see whether he's being kidnapped. I'm not seeing that. I see him getting lost himself. How old is he? Is he around 5 or is he younger? Around 5, yeah. Because then he can walk. Because that's what I saw. I saw someone in the age around 5-ish. Because what I see is him walking off by himself rather than have been kidnapped. If that makes any sense. Yeah. So I see him walking off. What I don't understand is how he could have left that building. Where you were. Because you did talk to the people being there and they had seen him, but then he simply disappears. He just goes up in smoke, if that makes any sense. Which is really... Adopted or in a foster care. No, this is what confused me, Tommy, because you're telling me that you're... No. But if he's been taken care of, if someone has found him and put him into the system, then they definitely should be able to pull that out, right? Because this is still in your local area. And he couldn't have gone far if someone found him there, if that makes any sense, or at least... Because I feel, are we in the States, or actually where are we? Because I do feel this is a larger... I want to say, because I do want to say that they're in the Australia, okay, because I do want to say that I want to say in the same state, so it's not the same area locally, but it is still locally. It's not nationally wide, if that makes any sense. Australia makes sense, okay. So, because you did travel a little bit to come there, to the swimming pool, but not very far. so it's still local. And if he's been put into the system with everything going on in Australia right now, it could be the stress could be really difficult. But I'm still thinking that they should be able to know who he is if he's been picked up from that area. No, please, anyone who wants, please help. Really, anyone in chat, anyone watching, anyone lurking, we have to find his son. This is definitely something that everyone should do what they can with. It's really important. So what is important here is that you don't feel bad for having experiencing all the other things that you're experiencing and being confused in yourself, because that happens. What came through to me was that you're grieving, and that I apologize that this is what happened and why it was so confusing in talking to me. I apologize for that, because it really was off in the energy, and maybe that was because you don't fully believe yourself that you will ever be able to find him, and so you're not fully believing in yourself, and therefore you don't fully believe in me, and then something got mixed up. And I do really apologize for this, but this is a real matter and we need to find your son. So anyone because of that way you thought it passed, I apologize, that's not clear because I've not processed my grief entirely. No. Have you talked to it feels like, I actually want to talk about his daycare teacher, or daycare. There's this woman, who helps out, if it's daycare or, of some description. Because I feel like someone who has seen him, known him before, and I see this lady. She's a little bit on the heavier side, a very, very, very kind-hearted lady. A little bit older, not much, maybe in her. She's over 40, but I wouldn't say too far over 50. And she does have a little dog, but I don't know if you know that about her. But she's a little bit on the heavier side, and she's got some curly hair that is flat on top, and then it comes down curly a little bit. I don't know if that resonates with you at all. But I do see this woman. I do think that you've been connected to her before. What I don't understand is that because he walked, it does not feel like someone has taken him. It does not feel like he's been kidnapped. It feels like he's been walking off by himself. And I do see the woods here. It is far, though. It is far from where you were swimming. It's not a wooded area. There's not many woods around. It's quite a bit before you get to the woods. And I am confused in how he would have gotten there. But I do see the woods. But I also see this lady, so I would love you to contact her if you know who she is. The most distinctive feeling is really, or not feeling, but how she looks or how she acts or who she is, personality or so. Because she does have this hair, if we're talking about how she looks, that is a little bit flat on top, and then it goes down being a little bit of curls. She likes to wear sport clothing on top. with some cardigan of some sort, some description. And she's, like I said, a little bit on the heavier side. Not too much, but a little bit on the heavier side. She's local, and I do think that you have been in contact with her before. Yeah, I think that talking to her, I just get this feeling that that could help you on in the investigation or in finding your son. Now, I'm not good at finding missing people. I am trying, and I've done so a couple of times, but I'm not very good in it. Rather, what I do is try to find who you can talk to in order to help you on forwards. So the information that I am given is that what I'm telling you, and it is. I do see the woods. I do see where some people come to to drink. Also, the kids that like to play, in the woods. There's also people who like to be there to get away in different situations in different ways. Um, I am so happy to see that you're not affected directly by the fires, by the way. But we do definitely need to see your son home. Do not feel bad for feeling that he's already passed, though, and do not feel bad for being there or seeing him all the time in the house, in home. The hospital thing was something different. It felt like something that has happened before, and I am so sorry that I was not clear on that. I could just see this. It just feels that one was off, so I do apologize for it. But it did feel like it was connected to you, but it has nothing to do now because I don't think that he's in the hospital. You worry about him because of the fires, yeah, I understand that. Definitely. What is coming through, and I am so sorry for not being able to help you more, but that lady, do you know who she is? That he had this kindergarten teacher. Would you know how to contact her? No matter what information I can give you, just make sure to always trust your own intuition first and your own feelings, because it is so important. Because I can be way off, I can be reading other energies, I can, it is so important that you believe yourself first. Put yourself first, your first intuition, your own intuition, your own thoughts, your own feelings. But what if you have the time, what I would suggest is to get in contact with her. And she will probably not know why, but I do think that she is a way forward in this. And I cannot promise you that there will be an happy ending to the story. And since you're highly sensitive, I feel like you also know this could be true. But um, thank you so, so, so much, Tommy. I hope that I wish that I could give you more. And I'm so sorry that I've been saying that your energy was off. I'm so sorry. Something was simply not. It was just being off today. But do see if you can get in contact with her, and then we'll see if maybe we can have a one-on-one. Can you, if you, are you still here, Tommy? Because you did say that you were going, but if you're still here, come join our Discord and I will contact you there and we can have a one-on-one and see what we can do. But I do think that contacting her would be the best choice, and then looking in the woods. Okay, I do apologize for being so harsh on you. It has not been my intention. maybe there's always a reason for it. Just one more thing, Tommy. Also check the dumpsters closer to the swimming pool, the area, before you're heading to the woods or before reaching the woods. Check the dumpsters, just make sure that you've done. And then, I know it's been a month, but there are some being stood there that is not being, that they're not doing anything with because of the situation in the local area at the moment. So just check the dumpsters, make sure to talk to this woman, and check the woods for this large tree hanging over on one side into what can be seen as a little cave. And thank you so much for being here, and I do apologize for being so harsh on you, and I'm so sorry. And I do hope that you can find your son and you can get back to me and we can have a 111. But I feel it's more important that you use your time on finding your son. Definitely. And send all the best wishes to the missus as well. You too. And I'm so sorry that I can't help you anymore. Um, Good night. And get in contact with me and we will have a one-on-one. And I'm so sorry for how I handled this in the beginning. And I'll be here for you. And we will do our best in this. Thank you so much. Sometimes, guys, this happens and it is really tough. My guys were really talking about how people were playing me along, and I do think that was the others in chat, because we did have some people doing that, but it just felt completely off, the energy. And I could find Tommy, I could find his energy, but it being his son missing, it really didn't, it wasn't what came through. Probably because he's already taking it as if he's passed. I guess it could make sense why I got this mixed emotion of it being sudden at the same time being happening for a long time. But I just got confused in it all, and I really hope that we can help him. And we had to do our very best. I just really got confused, and it feels awful to have been so harsh on someone going through something that difficult and going through it and being that scared and not knowing what to do, who to look for, who to talk to, and then being so judged by someone saying that they can help. But we will do this, we will come through. I just hope that the information given can help somewhat. I'm just so confused. Yeah, Shans? Where do you think he is? And please be respectful. So you think he's passed? Hmm. I do feel him being so cold. I don't think that what they will find is someone who's still alive. but I do hope they will. And I hope that all can work out. Unfortunately, I do have a feeling that we never really can know, or that we never will know. But we definitely should do our very, 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 very best. And when it comes to these things, trust yourself first, your own intuition, your own feeling, your own emotions. Go on those. What I say, I am simply human, and I am simply who I am, and it is so much more important that maybe if something comes through that could really help you, that means, well, that means a lot. But if not, and it feels completely off, then you should go on your own intuition. My profession is more in the areas of trying to find a way for you to feel happy within yourself and to actually find missing persons I have been working with before, or I've been trying, and I've had exact locations, but the police wouldn't listen to me. So it's not my area of expertise, and it is so much more important to listen to yourself, your own intuition, and do what feels right to you rather than listening to me. Because information may be off, I may be feeling something else, as in this case, I really couldn't place it at all. Everything was completely everywhere, and it just really confused me. Tesco's, you found your son there last Tuesday. Oh, really? Yeah. And some people simply are not making it easier. We're being rude, we're being disrespectful, and I understand that you want to be seen as for who you are, and I know that you don't understand and you don't trust in what I do. When people come to me for help and really, really, really need it, or just need someone to be there for them, and they're feeling that this might be the right way forward, it really, unfortunately, sometimes affects how other energies coming through. So I was being so harsh on Tommy for no other reason than feeling all these blockages and all this hatred coming from other people, and that is absolutely awful. And in that, with his own confusion in all of it going on, and in himself not always knowing how to treat himself, how to find himself, all of those things connected really made for a situation that I would undo a million times, but I can't. So what we need to do now is really work together in order to try to find his son, or giving him time and him the comfort of finding him in another way that's more suitable for him. So just sitting right here, right now, is really tough. And having all these hateful energies and disrespectful energies, I am here for you also. But right now, it is so important for us to actually find his son. So I started to distrust in his story because I felt so much distrust coming my way. At the same time, I could feel his energy at another level. I could read what he was going through, or except for the sons being missing, because for him it's already passed. And that was really confusing. Especially with these energies coming through, and especially with me working, even though maybe I shouldn't be, because of me not be having any nourishments. So I really hope that we can help him in some way. But right now, I feel I don't want to take up his time. I feel he needs to find a way to actually really find his son. I'm gonna reach out now. What if Tommy Bells was lying? Is that possible? Like a hoax? Anything is possible, but it seemed genuine. That was the problem. I really felt like people were playing me long, and my guides were telling me to be very cautious, and I felt I got an entire different story than what chat was telling me. So I can't never know. The only thing I can know is that if it is true, we need to do our very best to find his son. And this is the thing. The energy was way off, but the rational reality of his son being missing, if it's true, is way more important than my feeling of energy. But yes, it didn't feel right. But that could have been due to many other things. Maybe we should have supposed to work in a connection. It's possible, but the internet, the line between true and lie is very thin. People can lie, but energy never lies. True. My lovely empaths in chat. Luke, I'm looking for you now, actually. Did you see this? Do you feel it's genuine? Because I never want to see, I never want people to, I never want to say that someone is lying when they're obviously being so. The energy just fell off, completely off. I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but like I said, what is really, really, really important is that no matter how I feel, if there is a little boy missing out there, we need to find him, no matter what. If feeling may be a ploy to test your abilities, there's nothing wrong in being cautious, but challenging everything will not lead to progression in our lives. No. It was the first time. It was the first time happening with something so serious, and I still don't know whether it's true or not, and that really bothers me. If I misled someone on the path of finding their son, would you feel guilty? Of course I would. I feel guilty right now. But I can only do what is what I can. And I know that in my other work, in what I do, when I do work with clients, I know that my guides are very rarely wrong. So whether the reason, what came through, and hopefully there's a reason for it. I trust people. And when people are leading me on, that is something that I need to find a way to work with and find a way around them to understand. And it's really tough, especially in a case like this. But hopefully when we go into session one-on-one, I can really tell for sure what is going on. And we can help no matter the situation. So no matter if he's lying, we can help the reason behind lying. And if his son really is missing, hopefully we can do everything in our best to help find him. But this confused me a lot. And it's completely okay for me to say that. It was a first for me. And dealing with people who lie to me is really difficult because I always expect people to be telling the truth, which is bad. And I will probably learn not to. But I still trust other people's words than I trust my own abilities, because they're their words, they're their life, and it's important to me to be able to let them say what they feel they need to say without me judging them. And so I usually try to meet what they say with what is coming through as adding to it rather than changing it out. Because your words will always be more true to you than what mine will be to you. But I will have to find a way to learn this, I guess. It happens, especially when Ragged is around, my guide, telling me things are not true. And it is really difficult because every truth for me is a truth, and I don't work with being a living lie detector. I work with trying to have people feel better in their lives from their perspective. So trying to work our way to have people feel like for their well-being. I am not claiming to be a lie detector, and I don't really know how to handle this, but I'll find a way. It's an important thing to be happening, definitely. Whether real or fictitious, you still remain genuine and helpful. I thought I got very harsh and frustrated. I just hope that if it was a hoax, I hope that we can meet them in the way that they deserve, no matter. Same with you, Chance. Even though you feel like lying to me, I hope that we can meet you in what is behind the lies. So that you can feel better, so that you can feel, well, you feel like you already feel better, but obviously there's a reason why you want attention. And everybody wants attention, but I just hope that we can find a way to have you get that attention without you having to troll other people or make other people feel hurt. So no matter if it is a real situation or not, I hope that we can help the individual the best we can. But it's really tough, people coming forth with something that serious, and the energy is just way off. It's really difficult what to trust more, because I will always put the individual's own words first. Because I can never know what they experience. So it's tough, yeah. You know that feeling you get when you just feel like you have to prove yourself again? Right now, I just feel like I want to stop streaming and help him find his kid. And at the same time, everything is telling me something is really off. And now I'm just feeling sorry for myself on the internet. But it's really weird. What really bugs me out is that his son's missing was not the first thing coming through, because it should have been. And that is really, maybe it's a way for me to learn something new, and maybe I will learn something even better with how my guides work and what we do. This was really tough, guys. No matter, people always tell the truth until otherwise has been said. So help him the best you can. If you see him, if he turns up on Discord, help him the best you can with all of your abilities, with all of your feelings and emotions, and just rationality, everything we can, in order to have him find his son if he is missing. But the energy is so off, so hopefully I will learn something from this as well. That just really confused me. Because the way into him and his psyche in other areas was so lean, if that makes any sense. And I could feel the grief, but then the story was completely different. And that is really interesting. And why his son was not the first thing coming up as being missing is really weird. So hopefully I get to learn something from it. And learn something that makes me be able to help the next one, the next person, even better. Or at all, since I didn't help, but to help in some way. No matter the reason for them telling me what they told me. But it did feel like a hoax, yes. And that makes me feel really bad if it is true. But there's a reason for it. Then I will help in any other way I can. Interesting. I feel bad for what happened. You did your best and your best intentions. Thank you. I do. I always do my best. And the best is sometimes very little, and sometimes it's a lot. It's just what it is because we're all human. But both my rational mind, because of his earlier comments, and my connection to my guides are calling this a hoax. It's tough. I don't want to think that of other people. So if you do see him, if he turns up, he is telling the truth as long as he's not saying otherwise. So just help him the best you can. And I will have a one-on-one, and if it turns out to not be true, then we will talk about why we are the truth, if that makes any sense. But this really got me shaking. This feels in the heart. It's really difficult also online, because all I have to go on is really your username that you've chosen and what you say, and then the energy. And the energy could come from everywhere and anywhere. And it is really tough when, especially Rakus, turns up and just says, Sarah, be careful, someone is playing you along. And I don't want to believe people playing me along, because I am honest, I am transparent, and I don't want to play other people along. So when they turn up and saying this person is lying, that is a really tough thing for me to meet. It's really difficult. And it's happened before that people turn up and they start out by lying, and then they turn into starting to talk about the reality of it all, and starting to talk about what was underneath. And then Racket is gone. So, for you who wanted to join the network, this is what working in here looks like. But like I said, he is telling the truth as long as the opposite has been proven by himself, or that he doesn't, contact anymore. But I will do my very best for him, no matter the circumstance. And if there is a little boy missing out there, we really need to find him. But it does feel off. Networking sounds like we all need. Yeah. If I've been with someone, working with someone, if you guys wanted to connect and say, and I just had someone that I felt, okay, now Racket is here, and I could go into that on that platform, or where we would have, where we could talk, and I would say, Racket is here. Is there anything that you feel, You know, do you agree on this feeling that this person is playing us off or playing us along? And then we could be several people, maybe. I don't know. I just feel very alone right now. I feel like I'm taking responsibility for things that I cannot take responsibility for. But at the same time, why I do this is really to be as open as I possibly can and to help people. And I might be too sensitive. I did say that he was two-faced though, so Raki was there all along saying that this is not what it seems like. But at the same time, with something such a desperate situation and something so awful as to having a missing child, I really can't just play it off. I just can't say this is not real. Because I want to be able to help in finding that child. Oh, thank you, Luke. Oh, this just really threw me off. You know, I talked about before when people were trying to play me along, when someone just gave me, agreed on everything that I said, and I found this other energy. And I talked about that being one of the first videos on YouTube, one of the first live streams. Well, now we got another one, and this was really tough. But hey, this is a transparent way of showing how this work works, how it all goes down. And hopefully we will learn something from it. And hopefully we can get some closure in whether there's a little boy out there missing. There's many of them, but if we can find this particular little boy his way home. Or if there's not. Yeah, but look, I have a problem just with people, you know, talking about other things and not being true about it and asking for my help. I've always had the problem of saying that your truth is not true, because for me every truth is a truth. And I just want to be able to help, so. Oh, Bowheads. Oh, hi, Calming Dragon. Bowheads, have you heard what's been going on? Because it's been a really rough stream today. Hi, Calming Dragon. You see, you guys, your name, depending on whether you are here, depending on why you're here, you know, the energy in the reasoning for you being here, it really changes just the energy of your name. And when someone pops up and I feel this is not good, and then they tell you something as difficult as this, still being nice, and you know, waiting out for me to go to the bathroom and waiting out for everything, and you know, still being genuine in their way, and I find their energy and it's still off with what they're telling me. Well, I gotta learn, right? So Ballad, this has been a rough stream. I thought about you a while back when I asked for other empaths in the chat, and I just felt your energy there, but not couldn't connect to it quite. It's been a rough stream, and I've been an awful person. And I don't know. This is, I guess, like I said, this is really a transparent way of showing how this works and what we are going through in learning to do our work. I seem to be handling well, or I didn't. I was shouting at someone who really just wanted my help, or didn't want my help. I'm still not sure. But it was something so very, very, very serious that is really... Yeah. It's so easy to do your work when people are genuine, and when people are genuine. And it's really tough when people are not genuine because of wanting to be genuine, because there's also a reason that they're here. And to call me out to be a scam is important, because if I am, it's important that people can tell that I am, so that I don't hurt others, because it's the last thing I want to do. Shake off the funk. If they're meant to find you again to genuinely ask for help, they will. Sometimes we criticize ourselves more than anyone else. So true. But like what Sinker said, or what was his name? If I feel responsible, if I have people look in the wrong direction when looking for someone who's gone missing, of course I do. But at the same time, everyone gives their information as well as they can. Everyone comes up with whatever they can to help. So do I. I am being tough on myself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sit here and complain. That's not why I do this at all. Anyone genuine who wants a reading so I can feel like I do some help today? Oh, sorry. You take a reading, Luke. Oh. Oh, sorry. I was very loud. I apologize. Do you have any plans for another creative stream? It was always super productive while you were reading. Oh, yes. I want to do so much about it. I want to do so much. I want to paint. I want to do art. I want to continue to bead. I want to do so much. I also want to play games and just sit back and relax and enjoy. And I want to sing on Twitch Sings, and I want to do all of these things. But yeah, I will go back to beading, and I will do that friend for your mom, Luke. Definitely. I haven't started because life's been rough on me, and today I feel like going under the sea again. So I know I need to up my strength. I need to up my game and say, you know what? I don't believe you. And if this is true, go to someone else, because then clearly our energy is not working. But yes, definitely. I will do so much things while streaming. And there's so much that I want to do and so much that we will do. And then when energy comes through, we will work with it. And I would learn to say no. I promise this now. Next time someone comes in, and from the very start I feel this is off, I will let them know that unfortunately I cannot work with you today, but I hope that you can find someone else who will, because that is clearly the best thing that I can do for everyone. I promise you now, live, I will do this. And you guys in chat, when you see me saying things like my guides are telling me to be very cautious, let me know. You know, write something in chat, give me a little kick in the back, because then probably I have heard since the very start that this is not good, or this is someone trying to play me along. So then it's better to let them go and let them meet someone who can help them. But sometimes the people playing me along, and then I really reach their energy, and we can talk about that instead. That is beautiful. But when I continuously say that my guys are being cautious, maybe you can be in the chat, keep my butt a little. Good plan, my separate read from the fakes. Yes. So Luke, I will not do an energy reading of you here now, because we have so much that we do just you and I, and so many plans and things that I don't think you feel you want to talk about here right now. So that was my first no, but it was for an entirely different reason than the other ones. I was just checking anyway. Feels like you're a little down today, my friend. Sorry. Oh, Agus Hernandez. Hi, Senora. Greetings for Argentina. Welcome. Hi. Greetings from Sweden. How are you doing? Fair enough. Yeah, I took time away. Yeah. But you do feel a little down. I'll send you some warming thoughts. And you did good. That's all I can say. How are you doing, Agus? See, the thing is, even now, with the colors of your, or the energy behind your names, already there tell me where you're at in the chart, if you know what I mean. So I don't understand why I don't trust that. Kick my butt, Sats! How are you doing? Oh, fine. Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's been a rough stream, and I'm learning. I'm trying to learn how to deal with how to trust myself, really, and how to deal with people who are not honest when I am always trying to be open and transparent, and people want to play me along. And like I said, it's so important. Well, you know this especially, Agus. It's so important to do understand when someone is doing something they should not be doing in a public place. If someone is scamming people, we really should do something about it. That is really important, as you know. I just felt like I really, you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe in your future, because I do feel, oh, I'm not going to go into energy. I apologize. It was just a genuine energy coming through, and everyone is genuine in their own way. But people that want to play me along, I should be better at telling them off, I think. And trust myself. And like I said, already with the names, there really are different energies. And I should learn that, especially when Bracket is here. Come on. Would you like me to see if there's anything for you today, Agus? A name says a lot about a person, yes, but especially the energy in the name, I feel. They succeeded in putting me in a tough spot. But we learn together, right, guys? And you get to see the human side of me where I can get a bit frustrated as well. That does happen. And you know this, Luke, and Bowhead, and Agus, although you're not into the spiritual realm of that way. Oh, I see. I know that you can still understand the feeling of when someone is lying to you, and you know they're lying, but you don't want to expose them on lying because you want them to be as honest as you feel that you want to be with them. Mm. I know that many can resonate with that. So, August, if you understand a little English, all I want to say to you is that what you want to work with and establishing, in in keeping track of what is going on. I'm trying to make this easy for you to understand. All I want to say is go for it. Go for it. August, go for it. Hmm. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. That happened. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Because even from the start, I know this was not good. Not gonna end well. So I'm just gonna say no. I promise you. Kick my butt. Kick my butt in chat. We will. Is there someone here who would like to make an emote? Is someone here who would like to make emotes for the community? I don't know if we can have any yet. I think we can have some. Or we can choose an emote. That means, for us, that means, Sarah, now you're doing it again. Now you're trying to read into things that is not there. Or, you try too hard. Oh, I don't know either. Maybe we can pick an already existing emote for now. And just say that means you're doing it again. Stop it. Stop training yourself. It's not worth it. Oh, you still need to have the option for subscribing. Oh, so you need to be affiliated. I see. Well, we just need to stream more regularly and we will get affiliated, so it's fine. Okay. Maybe we can pick an emote, an already existing emote for now. So that you can kick my butt with. When I start to say, oh, well, stepbrother, good morning. When I start to say my guides are being very cautious, then you know what that means. But planning for emotes makes all the sense. Yeah, definitely. But let's borrow an already existing emote so that we know that we can use. Let's borrow a global emote that we can use. That when I see it, I know. You're right. Sorry. I was looking for emotes. What's going on in chat? Hang on. Had to enjoy your stream last week. I didn't say much, but just watched. It was coming for me as it was at the time very hard me to sleep at night. And now into watching and not out to sleep. It usually takes me 4 hours or more to fall asleep. I appreciate the calm in the stream. Thank you, Common Dragon. I'm so happy that we could provide you some peace. That was beautiful. I was gonna do some healing today. So maybe we'll do some. Would you like some healing? Oh, Burn Juice, welcome. Hope you enjoy the community. What is the subject of chat? Well, right now we are discussing how I need to step up my game in stop to try too hard when people are playing me along. So I had someone coming in with a very difficult subject, and we still don't know if it was true or not. But my guides were telling me this is someone trying to play you along for a fool. And I just kept on trying to give the best I could. But I ended up judging them in a way that I shouldn't have. And if no matter if what they said were true or not, I want to be able to be there and meet people for what they really are and who they really are and for their well-being. And it's super easy when people are being genuine, but it's really difficult when people are lying because of me not wanting to call someone a liar. So that is what we're talking about. So right now, I am trying to find an emote that we can borrow for now until we have our own that you can use when I start digging in something that is not worth it. So yeah. Oh, but I pull up your stream on TV so I can show my family what I watch. Fun fact: did you know a raccoon can fit into a hole with only 4 inches diameter? And all right, you know the raccoon thing. We had a badger. That is a emote coming up when we can have emotes. We had a badger coming into our house, so it was funny that you talked about a raccoon. But hi, the family of Bungees. Hi, how you doing? Oh, thank you so much, Wilson's stepbrother. That means so much. And a hug to you as well. Honestly, shouldn't been asked if I wanted to have a healing. Maybe that I think not worth the time. Where you are. Hey guys, do you have a suggestion for an emote that we can borrow? That you can use when I start to try to help someone in a different way than what is needed. Basically, when they're lying to me and I'm trying to not call them a liar. Can we have an emote that we can borrow, you reckon? Any suggestions in chat what we can use? And then we'll make our own, of course. Nay. Yeah, that is good. That's a good one. Bug, don't feed it. Nay is a good one. It's so very judgmental though. But it's actually yes, no. So yeah, maybe that's exactly what I need. Maybe that would help me a lot, I feel. Yeah. I just felt maybe we need something. Oh, you took the to get a Reiki session and you really excited that tonight. Oh, beautiful. Our Reiki is amazing to experience. It's so beautiful. And I love it. Look up some Bug by Phyllis. It's about not feeling troll. Oh, I'm gonna check it out after the stream. Bug. I'm gonna check it out after the stream. I'm gonna put it down in, where can I write it? In a message. That sounds good. Bug by Fish. Beautiful. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Maybe it can help me somewhat. If I close this message without sending it, will it? Yes, it's right there. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. On your first time having a Reiki, just relax, just breathe and trust in that they know what they're doing. Beautiful. I'm so happy for you, Bear Grace. Really. And I feel what they will be working on and what will happen is what was it, you or who was it? I think it was you who talked about, yeah, it was, who talked about helping to structure the archives or your own library of thoughts and feelings. You remember that you talked about this. I believe this is a process that will continue into your session today. And then also for your legs, there's definitely something going on. Is it your right foot maybe? And your right foot going up the leg? It's gonna be beautiful. Don't worry about it. So, call me Dragon. I do have some information for you if you would feel comfortable with it, or I could just send you some healing energy if you're still here. And about the nay sign and the emote, I just feel we need something positive though, something that can still bring a little bit sparkle of joy, even though it means come on now. You know, I don't know, I'm gonna check if I can find something, because nay feels so harsh, but it is. I mean, you should just stop. But I do want to have something that is a little bit more come on now, go back into trusting yourself, it's fine, you know. Maybe wings, angel wings, or what is something, or a dog. Oh yes, shall we use a dog, guys? Do you know, well, Wilson, I know that you work with energy yourself a little bit. Do you know that dog means a lot to me? Have I told you about the time that this, I always forget about what that dog is called. I asked you before and I always forget. This long dog. It is a dachshund, of course it is. So, did I tell you the story about the dachshund? Because the dog is a really, really good representation of what it means for me. So that was Wilson. Brilliant. Have you heard the story about the dachshund? Okay. Others may have heard this, but it is so important. So what happened was it was just in the beginning, and I was sat with a client, and up comes this dachshund. How do I pronounce it? Is it really right to pronounce it that way? I'm just gonna check again so you know what I'm talking about. Dachshund, yeah. Okay. So up comes this dachshund, and it just sat next to her in energy, you know, and next to my client. And oh, call me dragon, thank you so much for your donation. I want to give you a little something. So if you would like me to give you some information coming through, or if you would like me to send you some healing, I will do, no matter, before the end of a session. I will send you some healing. But then if you would like to have some information here, I will give you very, very brief, so don't worry. And if you would like a private consultation, you know where to find me. Join our Discord, and it's the easiest way to get in touch with me. But thank you so much for your donation. So, the dachshund. I was sat with a client. It was a very short session. It was one of those one of those events where we have very short sessions with several clients who just wants to try it, you know, in a very public setting. And I sat down, and we are in a session, and up comes this dachshund, and I said to her, I looked at him, the dachshund, and I just said, "There's a dachshund here," and she says, "No, that can't be me. I've had no interaction with dachshunds." But the dachshund stayed to be who he was. He was a dachshund, and he was right there, and he was not gonna shapeshift because she said that she didn't recognize him. So I just said, no, he's still there. Okay, fine, but there's probably another reason for it, but there's a dachshund here, and he is staying. And then after a while, it clicked for her, and she said, oh, wait a minute. I've never have owned a dachshund, but I did take care of one for a brief moment. It could be him saying thanks. And I was so happy with myself. I could have done what I did before. I could have changed my story to fit hers. But the thing is, the energy was so real. And he was simply who he was. He was a dash hound, and he was not gonna change. And so when that connection then was made, and she realized what it meant, I was so glad to see it. So a dog is a perfect representation for what it means to just trust my intuition and what my guides are telling me. So ever since I've been thinking about that dash hounds, and you now connecting to this with your third eye, thank you so much, Wilson. Thank you so much. This was exactly what I needed, because it reminded me of what I can do and who we are, and it reminded me of how this energy actually exists and how it works, and that it's fine. And it makes me breathe a little better. So truly, it was the best thing it was the best thing that could have come, really. So yes, we used the dog. Does that feel okay? You're in Alabama. Oh, other side of the world. Yeah. Yeah, we have some peeps from there. You know, I told last time I did an energy transference with someone who was also on the other side of the world, and just went and was there with this person at their hospital bed, and really could experience what it was so many miles away. And it was beautiful. So beautiful. So yes, call me dragon. Truly. We are looking to create a network of empaths, Wilson, and I would love to discuss this with you. If you would like to talk to me sometime, I would love to talk to you. Definitely. So, call me dragon, are you still here? Can you, Wilson, if you feel like it, you can join our Discord, and we can get together and chat there, because your energy and your empathic abilities and what you stand for, I would love to talk to you, because I feel that you're very open to me as well, and that you feel that I may be trustworthy, if that makes any sense. So I would love to talk to you. So, Common Dragon, would you feel comfortable with me saying something very, very brief, but also rather personal, here in chats? Oh, thank you, Wilson. Truly. You have come so far. I would love to hear about your journey. Would you feel comfortable in me sharing something very brief but also personal here in chat? Would you like to talk to me one-on-one? Or would you simply want me to send you a healing energy? The one doesn't exclude the other, of course. Because there is something important coming through, Dragon. And you too, Wilson. I can connect the two of you, or I can connect to the two of you, I mean, definitely. But with you, Wilson, you have got such an opened third eye, and you... Would it be okay if I talk to you as well? Because I really feel that you're totally fine with this. Because you are so open upward, you're just looking for something to manifest in reality also. At the same time, you're being so humble at what you do have. But because of your openness so outward, you just really need something to be in front of you, if that makes any sense. Oh, no worries, Wilson. Call me Dragon. Oh, you thought I said to call me Dragon. Oh, I see. No, I was talking to Call Me Dragon. You can call me Sarah if you like. But for you, Wilson, for you now, Wilson, just trying to be clear, because you're so open, what I get is that you just want something to come forth also in the third dimension, and you're just looking for that to happen because you trust in the universe so much. You just want it to be your turn, if that makes any sense. Before you call me Dragon, I want to talk about your father. And I want to talk about authorities and how you do not have to feel like you have to be the same or that you have to follow the strict rules, because I do feel that you have very strict rules surrounding you. Call me Dragon, I'm talking to you now. And that you are trying to shy away from. And you shouldn't have to feel like you have to do this. So I hope that coming into our stream and coming into this community, I hope that we can share with you some inspirational thoughts, some inspiration and some bubbles of joy also for you to enjoy and to have a way to find yourself in all of this. Because I do feel like I want to talk about shying away from authorities, feeling cramped, feeling like you can breathe because you're so humble, but at the same time, you simply breathe. And I want you to be able to find your way back to the joy, and the joy is of not being alone in your bedroom. I hope you can resonate. It is what is coming through, and I hope that we can help you in this. Coming into our community can give you something back from all of those feelings that you have towards the world and the energy that you want to bring to others. You don't have to feel like you have to keep the world on your shoulder, because I feel like you at the same time trying to be right, or trying to be right in the eyes of other authoritative figures, because you're putting someone else, or you're putting people being so much more possess so much more abilities to do things than you do. I feel you're feeling yourself, or not abilities to, but to really, they rule the world and you have to fit in somewhere. And all you do is simply you're simply living in this. And at the same time feeling like you have this inner thought of trying to, or inner belief of trying to heal the world. And that is your way of trying to meet yourself, but you're trying to go the furthest in trying to heal yourself, because you're trying to heal all the world, the entirety of the world first, without meeting the authoritative figure that really scares you. And I just want to tell you, Common Dragon, that you should not have to bear this on your shoulders, and you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to have people talking to you and interacting with you, and so that you don't have to sit in your room and feel scared. Because I feel this. I feel you being afraid of leaving where you are. Because of being hurt in a very particular and offending way, if that makes any sense. Not physically perhaps, but really, it's a struggle I see. And I shouldn't talk too much about it, I apologize. But I want to tell you, Call Me Dragon, that you do not have to bear the world upon your shoulders, and so many of us do. We do not have to. What I want to do, I do not want you to, I'm not going to say to you that I want you to rise up and, you know, condemn what has happened either. I think that what's important for you is to find your own way, to find your own joy in what you do. Because now, if you do, you have the ability also to manifest it. So with art in your ways, usually art, but it's definitely coming through here as well, in your own way, in your own genre, and in what you want to do, what you enjoy doing. I get these books of cartoons, anime, maybe, or some cartoons of some sort, some description. Could you be due to your name of Call Me Dragon though? But I really feel this storytelling side, and this wanting to read other works, but also this exhaustion of not really, you're starting to use your hobby in a way of shielding yourself off from the rest of the world, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Do you resonate with anything I have said? Because what I truly feel for you is that I just hope that coming into this community, I hope that you can find a way back to that joy, or a way to that joy, those small sparkles of joy, and not feeling drained in thinking you're having to leave your bedroom. Yeah. I really feel like this could be a way forward for you. You do not have to be alone. The music went, guys. There are joys. There are sparkle of joys out there. Sparkles of joy, I should say, or joys. And you should be able to find yours. And it's inside of you. And I know that is tough to hear, because I know you take responsibility for what is inside of you in a way that you should not have to. But it is there. And I hope that this community can help you come forth a little and finding that. And exploring the world as you explore others, to explore your world. And to not have to be afraid. To not have to be afraid anymore. And to not feel judged for having been afraid before. But that we see you, and that we see your struggle, and that we are here for you, and that you will be surprised how similar we are, people in general. My guides are talking about, see, not always do you have to actually leave your bedroom in order to find the world out there, but one day you will also have to really do, and we will be here to support you in it. It flows so naturally when people are being genuine, guys. I don't know why I question myself so much. You are beautiful, Kami Dragon, in your own right. and let us share the bubbles of joy, and let us take it one step at a time. What is that, Tech Price? I love it. What? Oh, Christmas Twitch emotes. Okay. I really like it. And if you want to know, call me Dragon, because it means so much for you to be there for other people, but because um, you feel wrong if you are not, and at the same time you feel like you can't. Your energy simply coming into the stream and letting me give you this love has really given me more hope for myself, because this has been a struggle. This stream has been harsh on me, so your energy simply being here has left me with more warmth in my heart than before you were here. If that gives you anything, it is genuinely how I feel. Thank you so much. You don't know how much your words mean so much to me. No, thank you. Truly. And if you feel like it, you know, you can join. You can join on Discord if maybe you're not already, or you can be here. But if you want a one-on-one, and we can talk about how to find our way back, or find our way outside, find our way from this bedroom, find ourselves from this confinement of ourselves, then hit me up. But I really think you got the strength within yourself, and I think simply being here in a community like this, I know you've been before, but for people to actually hear you out, I think will bring you much, and I think that you can come closer to really taking that step. So the easiest way to get in contact with me is to be here. These streams are always free, and we can sit and just talk. Or you can contact me on Discord, or you could send me an email. I think the email should be... Oh, where is it? I think somewhere here. There's an email. No, I can't really see the screen, guys. But it's vhe@veintuition.com. So vhe@vheintuition.com. And you can send me, you can hit me up there, or you can join our Discord and send me a private message there, or however you feel, or you can just be here in Twitch chat. But I will end the stream by sending a healing energy to you and to Wilson, especially, and whoever else feel like you want one. So always, my friend. I'm gonna send this in the shape of a swing today. I feel like both of you need that little childish push. I talked about this before also. I feel like Wilson, you need to be able to drop that role of controlling yourself and to be the adult in every situation. I just want you to swing a little on this swing. I just feel like what you've actually got, because it's not just an energy. Everything is energy, but it's not just in that energy. It's also in front of you. You just need to feel it. So that is what I want to send to you. And for Call Me Dragon, I just want you to feel the swing in a way of you are perfect the way you are, and also starting to feel, the air in the hair, starting to feel the motion of, okay, we can do this, and we can sit here and we can sway back and forth for as long as it takes, and it's all right. But one day, we will follow that movement, and we'll move on forth, and we are worth it. And whoever else wants this energy, I'm sending it to all of you. Okay. But it is in the shape of a swing today. Okay. I'm just collecting it. Beautiful. Now I'm connecting to you. Just trying to find your strings. Wilson is here first. There you are. Hi, beautiful. Okay. And call me dragon, where are you? Oh, Wilson, you don't need to help. It's alright. Call me dragon. There you are. Okay, take care, Fabian. Thank you for being here. Sorry for the rough going stream tonight. We'll learn from it. Thank you for being part of the community. All the love to you. Have fun. Okay. There, I got the two of you. Beautiful. Whoever else that wants to connect, it's totally fine. Just breathe and relax. Okay. Hang on. Just breathe. Calm a dragon. It's alright. Just breathe. You too, Wilson. You do not need to help. It's okay. Just breathe. Okay. I'm sending it out. Now. Hi, Wilson. Okay. Come, dragon. Just breathe. It reaches shortly. Beautiful. Now I just send some healing to your chest. Come, dragon. You too, Wilson. And just putting some healing energy. You might feel a little swingy. It's alright. It's as shit. Some of you are experiencing this almost, it's heavy breathing, so it's almost moisturized, wet, warm air that you're trying to breathe came through. I think that is you experiencing your way through your own emotion. And there you have the tears, okay? So it's alright. I think it's Common Dragon. I could be wrong. But one of you are experiencing this. It's alright. Beautiful. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, it's Common Dragon. Beautiful. Okay. It's okay. Now I help you through this. Let's see. There, it's light. Okay. It's okay. Let it out. It's okay. Just breathe, my friend. Let that energy come through, Wilson. You don't have to, because I feel it gets stuck a bit. It's okay. Okay. Beautiful. I'm just gonna come to each of you and just put my hands on your forehead, my finger on your forehead. There. Beautiful, Wilson, and I'm letting that thread go. And you, Comic Dragon, on your back, on your forehead. Beautiful, letting that go. Beautiful. And then to all of you, let's send some sparkles of joy, shall we? And going out. Beautiful. Some of you are really eager to go, yay! And some of you, it takes more time. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for letting me do that, to letting me send you that. Thank you. Yeah, I thought about you, Luke, when I said someone's eager. How do you feel, Wilson? Are you okay? Are you okay, my friend? You okay, Common Dragon? Just let it out. It's okay. It's okay. It was this beautiful end that we needed for this stream. A rough one. Well, let's meet you, Wilson. Your angels are really working. Call me Dragon, you've got so many beautiful different sorts of energies who really wants to help you and who just wants to be there for you. In my mind, I see you sitting there on your bed and crying. And it could be metaphorical, but I just see all these beautiful energies wanting to hold you and to be there with you. And you do not have to feel like you have to hurry this process. Definitely not. You are beautiful the way you are. And Wilson, you know so well about all the angels and guides, and just continue to listen to them and to your own intuition and trust that it will. Actually, it has already manifested so much more in your life than you are willing to see right now. And you do have so much. If you start to appreciate it at a 3D level, even more will come. And I'm not talking about money now, per se. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just appreciate what you've got already, and even more will come. And so much love. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views. Oh, I don't want to buy anything. I want to be authentic in this way. And maybe people can find themselves being authentic, just getting that push, but I don't feel like it. I feel like doing this slow in the way that we're doing it. So it feels good. A follow bot, yeah. I do not want it. I hope it doesn't. Nothing happens if I don't do anything. But in reality, when it comes down to it, what we put on Twitch is content. And if people like that content, it will show even if you have a follow bot or not. And if there is things that is hurtful, that is awful, but it will also show up. It will also, people will notice. But it is so sad. It's dangerous, but invading every stream. Maybe Twitch should look into it. It's a shame. Oh, hi, cancellation. How you doing? I'm just actually gonna end the stream now. But I'm an intuitive counselor. I work with telepathy, energy work, healing, astral projection, astral communication, and so on and so forth. And this is a stream where we simply hang out. We do some light healing work, some light energy readings, and some work with energy and just enjoying our time. Today has been a really rough stream, and sometimes that also happens. So this is a transparent way of showing how it might be, and how it is for me to develop, explore, and be in this area of what I work with, of this profession. Yeah. And it is also a beautiful, beautiful way to interact and be with a beautiful community. This is the real deal. Thank you, Wilson. Today I felt it was far from it. That what happened with Tommy and all. But yeah. Max Mouse 1? Wait. I'm from Sweden. I am ending the stream. I am 26 years old. I am 170 centimeters. So 170 centimeters. I don't know what's that in inches, but I am an intuitive counselor. That is my profession, and my name is Sarah. And my number I can't give out. I do not have an international phone number, and my local one you can find if you search for it for this for V Intuition. And I am sweet because you probably find me to be, if you do, and I was born that way. And I try to be authentic. And Wilson, yes, I know, but I love answering questions, and these are simply questions. There was no energy reading here, it was simply questions. So hit me with more. I can answer all of them. Thank you for the follow, Max. I hope you enjoy your time. But good use of the emote. I'm from Sweden. Oh, Wilson. Welcome. I think I'm talking loud enough. Maybe. I don't want to yell too much. I apologize if I do. Now, Swedish and English. I like you, Max. Yeah? What do you like about Sweden? I'm gonna end the stream, but Bumpus is not here yet, so we can just sit and talk if you like. Oh, Velitition, sorry. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for following. Yeah, it is. It should be appreciated more, I think. Thank you. Now Bumpus is here. Now he's here. It's time to end, guys. I am an intuitive counselor, so I work with energy work. I work with telepathy, intuition, healing, and such. And I am working towards building a network where we can help people with their well-being and just really be authentic from heart. And I'm saying that because it's been a really tough stream. Sometimes that happens, and these are a transparent way of seeing how it might be to work as with what we're working with. Sometimes it's really tough, and it's beautiful to have a community that is there and that rely on you and that you can rely on. That's it. So I'm gonna head off now and heading into a session actually soon. So it is an interesting job, really, and I love it. And thank you, Common Dragon, and you know where to find me. All people here, you can join our Discord, and it's the easiest way to get in touch with me. And these streams are always free, and then you can talk to me. And if you want a private consultation, we will always come up with something that suits you and your needs and your situation. So, okay, take care. And once again, thank you for sticking out in this tough stream. And I apologize for what happened. But when we then start to actually work with genuine people, that you could really feel the energy shifting. So I will learn from my mistakes. It's fine. I just want to believe the good of everyone, you know? This is who I am. Many. Yes, that's exactly what happened. I'm 26, Max. Yeah. Okay. So hit me up on Discord if you feel like it, or send me an email if you would like a consultation, or just see me next Tuesday as it is our streaming scheduling. So, yeah. Take care, and thank you so much for being here and for sticking out and for all the love and support. I love this community. Yeah, there it is. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we stream. And in the meantime, and all other times, you can find us on Discord. I'm getting so tired now, you can hear. I'm sorry. I'll head off. Take care, and thank you for the beautiful stream that it became, after all. And I'll see you very soon. All the love. Take care now. Bye. Bye bye.